Hello, and thanks for watching today. Today we're going to be doing one of my favorite yoga poses combined with some breath work to help open up your upper back, your lats, and your shoulders. So this would be one that I would definitely recommend for almost all of my clients, all movers, and the only thing you need is a mat. And this can also be done on a table or on your bed too. Lots of variations. And anytime we're on the ground, feel free to have extra pillows and blankets to pad your bones, pad your knees, because the purpose of this exercise is open up the shoulders. And if you're feeling your bones, that makes it not a good one. So grab all the support you need anytime we're on the floor. Big reminder. So I'm going to come into a child's pose with this one. There's lots of ways to child's pose. I'm going to show the option that typically works the best and feels the best in your body, especially if you haven't done a lot of movement so far today. So the feet are going to come together, and then I want you to open up your knees nice and wide. And again, you can also take child pose nice and narrow so you can kind of move through these and see what feels best. But for this purpose, I don't want to feel a big stretch in the hips right now. I want to focus on the upper body. So I'm going to give the hips a lot of room by opening the knees out nice and wide. We're going to start to walk the hands out towards the top of the mat. You're going to try to straighten out those arms. And it's like we're pushing into the palms to send the weight back towards the heels. Maybe the hips and heels get pretty close, maybe they don't. Maybe that's something we work towards over time. And then from there, you're gonna allow your head to be heavy. This is even something where if your head does not touch the ground, you take a pillow or a yoga block, and I want you to place it underneath your head. And then from there, we're here, pushing our weight back, and we're gonna start to notice your breath. So big inhale, I want you to breathe in through your nose. And as you inhale, we're thinking about expanding into the back of the ribs. On that exhale, you're going to let it go out your nose or out your mouth, any way you like, into the ground. And we're going to keep moving like that. So really big inhale, like someone is expanding, like you are expanding into the back of your ribs. And then really big exhale, let it go into the floor. And typically, I'm going somewhere between 3 to 10 breaths. Inhaling to expand, exhaling to let it go. Good, and the last one with me here. Good, so that you might already notice just doing that one, a big stretch underneath the armpits here, into the upper back. You might also felt that in the shoulders. And now we're going to start to isolate one side of the back, one side of the body versus the other. So you're going to walk your hands over towards one side of your mat. They can stay separate or your palms can stack. You can kind of move around. Try both, see what feels best. And again, we're pushing into the palms, sending the weight back towards the heels. And now I'm going to start to breathe into the side of the rib cage. For me, it's this right side of that rib that I have open in the air. So that left one is closed off for me right now. That right one is open up towards the sky. So we're going to think about sending a really big inhale. Breathe in through your nose into that right side of the body. On the exhale, you're going to let it go. Out your nose, out your mouth, whatever feels best. For again, 3 to 10. Inhaling, expanding. If my hand was on your rib, you're going to feel it physically expand. And then exhale, let it go. 3 more. Good, 2 more. Good, last one. Good, and again, we're feeling really big stretches down that back body, just being on the ground. You might also feel the body start to calm down. And we're going to do that same thing over towards that other side. Push in the palms, send the hips back, big inhale into that rib. Big exhale, let it go. For 5. Good, last one, last big expansion. Good. And then we're going to walk the hands back down through center. If these all felt like really large stretches, maybe we stop here with that opening we just created with our breath. If those are feeling pretty good and we want a little bit more in this position, I will show you an active movement for that range of motion that we just worked on as well, our shoulder flexion. So hands are going to come back to the center. You're going to think about finding that place with your head, again on the ground. If it's not on the ground, we definitely do want to elevate it up for this one, on a pillow, on a book, on a yoga block. And then I want you to think about keeping that head on the ground. And then we're going to start to walk one of your arms towards the top of your mat. You're going to make it super long and straight. We're going to start with that palm facing towards the floor. And then you're going to see if you can actively lift and lower that arm. And again, we're starting with the palm down. This is the easiest variation here, but not saying this movement is easy, because it's not. And if that one's feeling pretty good, you can flip that palm up towards the sky. Same thing. This one gets a little bit more challenging. You can feel this through the traps, also into the back, into the lats. I'm feeling it, guys, all the way down my arms when I do these. And again, we can do that same thing the other arm. I would say find a variation with this that you're able to do 12 to 30 reps pretty easily. So if this one we can only do, that second one we can only do 5, we probably should be staying with this one here for 10. And you're thinking about keeping that head down, because it's really going to want to lift. I will tell you that. And if those are feeling pretty good, we can do the same thing with both hands. So we can reach those hands forward, palms down, lifting and lowering, keeping that down. And then again, eventually we can do both hands up towards the sky. Guys, this one's pretty hard for me today. Exhale to lift. If you want to move with the breath, inhale to set it down. Good, a couple more. Good, and last one. Good. And again, this whole series is really going to help you open up your lats. And when we open up the lats, we also open up the shoulders. When we open up the shoulders and the lats, we can also open up the neck. So remember, all of that part, all of our body is connected. But by working on this and moving through these, you can get the whole rest of your upper body to feel a lot more open and relaxed. And then doing things like reaching that arm overhead or even moving your neck can feel a lot easier. Be sure to save this one for later. When you need it, when you notice neck, shoulder, and even back tightness, come to do these breaths first. That's what I would recommend if you were one of my clients. And if those are feeling good here, add in some active mobility, because that active mobility is going to solidify what the breath work helped opened up. So we can create strength in that range of motion. Strength, control, flexibility, and stability are all a part of mobility. So we need to work on all of those to be able to get these flexibility issues, tightness, to go away over time, or at least address the root cause, so they will go away over time. Hope that makes sense. Leave me a comment with what you thought about this one, and subscribe for more videos like these that you can do from pretty much anywhere. Bye, thanks for watching.